interestingly, the Americans once again are that the journalists in Egypt have to be able to do their job, and really there has been some criticism coming from Washington, and the criticism is getting sharper every day. You can feel that this White House is losing patience with Hosni Mubarak, and really they have understood now a few days ago that the Mubarak would not stay in place too long, and of course that's why you see this shift in the tone of the criticism coming from Washington. Interestingly as well, Hillary Clinton now reaching out directly to Omar Suleiman, talking with him on the phone to talk about the situation, condemning the violence, and asking him that the people who were at the origin of the violence be held accountable. And we know that the Americans have strong suspicion that the Mubarak regime itself is the one that encouraged the pro-Mubarak supporters to start the violence on Tahrir Square. So really, first of all, the tone from Washington getting sharper, and second of all, the Americans really bypassing Hosni Mubarak, trying to reach directly to Omar Suleiman. Of course, he's a man with a strong standing in the military, and the Americans still believe at this stage that the Egyptian military is the key to that situation, that they are the ones who are going to find a way out for Hosni Mubarak, and they are the ones who are going to process that transition, that orderly transition, before a free and fair election can be organized. Also, interestingly about that election, the Americans are now saying that the election has to happen as soon as possible. I quote from a state official, an official at the State Department rather, and that means that the Americans are no longer willing to let Mubarak stay in office until September, like he suggested in his own televised address. That is not going to happen. The Americans think they want an election as soon as possible, and that is again a way to say that they want Mubarak out without saying it directly.
Indeed, they're still stopping short of saying we want Mubarak to go now, aren't they?
Yes, and you can expect that they probably won't ever do it unless there is a huge massacre or a bloodbath in Cairo. They won't do it simply because they know that that strategy may very well backfire. If the next person that takes over in Egypt is seen as being the man of the Americans, well, that person is probably not going to last very long and is going to have huge internal problems. They also know that other allies of the United States in the region, for example, Yemen, Jordan, those people have been supporting the U.S. Strategy in the region for quite some time now, and if they see that the Americans are giving up on Mubarak, they may be afraid as well that the United States would give up on them, and of course that would threaten the whole strategy in the region, and that's why the U.S. at this stage simply doesn't want to scare these other allies that they have in the region.